God.
And welcome to the Nightly Breaking News. Today on Marvel, we'll ship it over to our lead podcaster, KP. Take it away with the Breaking Marvel News. Now it's time for Marvel.
I ain't got shit. Kind of actually true. The one thing
Got
that...
one juicy bit.
Well, yes, there is one thing that's, good, but for the most part, the only one thing I kind of wanted to talk about other than what dropped, apparently Infinity War had a 45-minute opening of when Thanos was actually attacking, oh god, what is the name of the planet? Jesus, where the Nova Corps is.
Oh, never read that.
But apparently they had that planned to show how exactly how he got the Power Stone, but they just decided to cut it because I'm assuming just the budget, because it was going to be a big CGI. That's basically all it was going to be. It was just a big 45-minute intro of CGI.
So what I'm hearing is a potential they might pull Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King extended 4+ hour cut and maybe give us that of Infinity.
Why the hell not, please? And then you can watch that from beginning all the way to the end of Endgame and just have a 6.5 hour day of just awesome.
Hell yeah.
I would love that.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, that's been floating around a lot over the internets, the Twitterverse. And then Xandar. Thank you. God, thank you, Direct. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. But got a trailer. Got a trailer for the Marvels. They're all back. They're all in the same movie. Did you guys watch it? No.
I have watched this.
I knew that was going to be a no.
I've watched this several times. Also watched down several breakdown videos
of the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't really watch it. I watched it twice. I didn't watch breakdowns.
One was a breakdown Easter egg, and the others were just kind of reactions to it.
Oh yeah, I love how people yeah.
Apparently, this is one of the. I don't even think this is true. One of the most disliked Marvel movie trailers on YouTube.
I was gonna wait to get there, but yeah, let's just jump.
Let's just start off with y'all a bunch of incels. Because this movie looked, and this is coming from someone who did not like
the first one.
Oh, I was like,
just wasn't for you.
I just thought it was very blah.
To me, the first one is not a bad movie, but
it's not a bad movie. But I don't think it's a good movie either.
No, I wouldn't say it's a.
But I wouldn't.
I'd say for me, it's a popcorn movie. I go back and watch it all the time, but I also just it's one of my favorite characters, so that's why I watch it.
This is actually coming from somebody who didn't care for the first Miss Marvel movie, and also couldn't get into
the series of
Miss Marvel series. Or sorry, didn't like the Captain Marvel movie. Couldn't get into the Miss Marvel series.
Hey, is it confusing because at one point Captain Marvel actually was just named Ms. Marvel, back in the 60s and 70s, and then they just decided, yeah, let's change the name, but then fans didn't like that.
Was that after they killed the real Captain Marvel?
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever.
I think the reason they reintroduced Captain Marvel
that's
Brie Larson.
Her version, that's the thing, is her version, that version's what after. Originally, yes, it was Marvel, and then you had Ms. Marvel. Carol Danvers was Ms. Marvel, and a black unitard. And then they killed off Marvel when they rebooted for the umpteenth million time, because that's what Marvel does it constantly. Even
so
though
does DC. They both do it.
They say they don't, but they do.
They both do it, though.
Yeah.
They're both really guilty.
Yeah, they're horribly guilty. So that's how the whole Captain Marvel thing came
I think originally when they killed, because Captain Marvel was a guy originally, and then after they killed him in the comics, I think they actually created the female Captain Marvel just to so they could legally keep the name. That's literally just so they could keep the name.
Yeah, it was so they could legally keep the name, yeah. Because DC did not want them using the name, because Shazam's actually Captain Marvel.
That's why, like, when the movies come out, I joke about it's the Marvel family.
That's why in Fury of the Gods, it's funny when he's like, Captain Marvel! It's like, you know...
I was like, oh! I was Leonardo. I was like, yes!
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. So... but, alright, yeah, real quick. Yeah, the tweet then came out, I saw people saying about how YouTube shows the Marvel trailer is the most disliked trailer on the internet. This was after, like, one day. And, like, me, I even tweeted out and even said it, and, like, a bunch of other Twitter people were like, y'all are just weird. Yeah. You're weird.
Just weird.
Like, you're weird. Like, and I don't want to, like, sit here and be like, you're all misogynist, but Jesus
definitely
Christ. Like, what was actually wrong? What was wrong with the trailer? It looks awesome.
Like I said, from somebody who didn't like the movie, couldn't get into the series, I thought this trailer looked fun. Like, I was like, this movie looks fun. I'm into it. I like how they got the Beastie Boys in the trailer. I was like, this movie, I like this.
Did you show me this?
I personally think...
I think you showed me this, because now it sounds really familiar.
The trailer?
Yeah.
It came out like Tuesday. There's no way I would have.
No?
No.
I may have seen it somewhere, but I didn't watch it all the way through, because that sounds real familiar.
So it's like...
But it starts out, and there's... Oh, and it even says the name of the space station that they're using as the above the Earth. It's now called Saber. So
instead of Sword.
So that's a little so that's one of the Easter egg things. Is like, okay, well, it was Sword at the end of Far From Home, right? Yes,
I think so.
Yes,
I think
it was Sword at the end of Far From Home. So people are like, well, that means in Secret Invasion something's going to happen with Sword, and then now it's going to this Saber.
Which could be true, because this apparently does take place after Secret Invasion. So
yes. But essentially it has...
which some people are like, well, then this kind of spoils Secret Invasion. Obviously, Nick Fury lives. And it's like, well, do you not know what the story's about? Because is that Nick Fury?
Right. Did you pay attention to
Did you
see the extra credits?
Yeah, exactly. Are you paying attention?
Like, right. It could be Nick Fury, it could be Talos.
We don't know.
We don't know.
We won't know until Secret Invasion happens.
I'll tell you right now, Monica Rambeau don't know, but she's working with said Nick Fury apparently in space, and they're approaching some thing.
Definitely looks like some multiversal wall, quantum wall thing,
and she touches it, but when she does it, she swaps places with Kamala Khan, and then she goes floating up to the sword. She's like, oh, Nick Fury, is this my audition for the Avengers?
Awesome. I think awesome. She might steal this.
That's what I'm saying.
This trailer made me feel bad about myself and be like, man, I'm kind of a piece of shit. Maybe I should go back and watch that series now.
It's not horrible.
Well, I've heard nothing actually but good things about that series. I've just heard the ending was really rushed and kind of weird. That's the only thing I've heard.
That is correct.
But other than that, I heard that like the family dynamic is really good. She's great in the role,
which is kind of messed up because the guy that plays. I just heard
and later Marvel news.
He's in some.
We got some Ezra Miller. No, not Ezra Miller.
No, this is like Harvey Weinstein.
That's my. I read my statement.
No, this dude was.
Didn't mean to put that on them.
This dude allegedly, is he accused or has he been convicted? He's just been accused right now, right?
Maybe they're not so different.
He's been accused of...
Allegedly.
He's been accused of shit, and I'll let y'all out there go Google that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about it. It's messed up. People aren't happy that he's still got his job because of those accusations, but, you know...
Do they mean in this movie or just going forward?
I think they really just mean in this movie, because how the hell,
what do you expect?
Okay. Who knows? And that's the other thing, is people were replying like, well, they filmed it before that came out.
The trailer literally dropped.
We can't release this.
Spend another $50 to $100 million cutting this guy out of the movie.
Right. It's like, no, that's not why they... It's like, no, that's not why they delayed it back a couple months. They delayed it back a couple months so they can clean up the CGI. We can't wait a year for the movie to come. Yeah, anyways. But no, yeah, the movie looks awesome.
I think it looks fun.
And I like how it seems like they're kind of letting Bree be a little more like a person and and weird. Yeah, a goofball like she is. Because I like when they're in the living room and she swaps places, and then she gets up and she goes, "Oh!" like her frustration, and it's funny. She's like, "Not again!" And she turns around like, "Oh, what's going on?" And that's going to be an interesting dynamic too, because that's the thing, is the Monica Rambeau character isn't real fond of her because she doesn't come back to Earth all the time.
Well, yeah, because isn't the last time? I'd say I'm a little shady on the first Captain Marvel movie, but hasn't she not seen her since she was a kid?
That's the idea.
Hasn't her mom died since then?
Yes.
So that's the
mom has died.
Like,
the mom died,
and they were best friends.
The mom died.
Sorry, Carol and her mom were best friends, right, or like close friends?
Yeah.
So
during the snap, Monica turned to ash. Didn't turn to ash. Didn't turn to ash. I think she didn't turn to ash.
I definitely don't remember if she did or not.
No, maybe she did. And she knew her mom had cancer, but then when she came back after they snapped them all back, that's when she discovered her mom was dead. She didn't survive the battle with cancer.
Oh, okay, that would make
it's
more
something.
It would make that would make.
I'd have to go back and
that
watch
would make more
WandaVision.
writing sense that she would get snapped away.
Yeah,
and then her mom would die while she was gone.
I think that's what it was.
When she came back, she would probably find out that
she was gone.
Carol never came back to visit her.
Yeah.
I'll say there's it has to do something with her,
I have to watch.
Kind of like avoiding Earth.
It is specifically stated in WandaVision, and I just would have to go back and watch it.
Oh, that would make more sense.
Because that's actually how she becomes Photon, is because of WandaVision.
I mean, I also like the dynamic of how the series ends. I guess where she's in her room and you just see all of this Captain Marvel memorabilia, and even like a drawing of like them two like taking a picture together or something like that. What the?
Yeah, it looks really, really good.
It's going to be really cool and interesting to see, because obviously every time they show in the trailer, they might get a hold of it and figure out how to control it. But like the idea is like anytime one of them uses their powers, they like swap places with another.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
That'll be really cool to see how they kind of balance that and how that dynamic goes.
Yeah.
I think that's cool little, like mostly in the in a second movie, at least for Captain Marvel, you usually got people like losing their powers or that and then, typical arc.
Yeah.
But this one's kind of a different wrinkle that we haven't seen. Like even like I said with Blue Beetle with his suit, of like how sometimes it does what he wants, sometimes it doesn't. That's a unique wrinkle that we haven't seen. This is another one.
Yeah.
And it's also kind of a callback to, I think, the original Captain Marvel, because I think he used to swap places with one of his buddies. They used to be able to use their powers and swap places.
Oh, okay.
So I think it's kind of a callback to that, too.
And then I guess Park Seo-joon's character is going to be a singing prince, because they're ripping it straight from a comic where they go to this planet where
I did hear about that.
Everyone talks in rhyme. I'm reading this off the direct right now, and I'm not sure where they pulled it from, but apparently
no idea who that character is.
No idea either, but apparently they go to this planet where they all speak in rhymes.
And I saw that and I was like 100% in. That sounds awesome.
Again, I really feel like this movie is set around to actually have Eamon Villani, Kamala Khan's character, really steal it.
Oh my god. I think I actually remember a few years ago there being rumors that The Marvels was going to be like a musical.
Yeah, that's what.
Now it makes sense.
That's what a little
because
bit
there's
of
definitely going to be scenes where there's going to be musical notes into it, just because of this planet. That's 100% true.
Could you imagine writing that?
Hey, I meant to bring it up last time, but I didn't. But guess what? Old Bree, she's got to get ready for that Scott Pilgrim show coming out soon. So she got to get them pipes warmed up.
Flex the golden pipes.
She's got to come back as Envy. You've seen this movie?
Dude, it's been forever.
Oh
I can't even remember. I've only seen it once.
I
did like it.
Dude, I rewatch it all
I remember
the time.
I liked it.
That's a classic
I need to
movie.
go back and especially since they announced
You ever
that
watch
there's
it?
going to be like the anime.
You've never...
Never even heard of it.
Do yourself a favor and watch Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Okay. It is good.
It was made in like 2005.
Okay.
Way ahead of its time.
Way ahead of its time. Probably, and a lot of the people that are in it probably helped what launched their careers.
It was amazing seeing like the cast list that was returning to do anime, and I was like, Jesus, there's so many big names in this.
You're like,
realize it at the time.
Yeah. Like you go back and watch that movie, and you're like, these people are all A-list Hollywood celebrities now. It's like back when they were all like just starting out, and they were like very early 20s.
Damn.
Like 18, 19 years old, whatever.
I definitely need to go back and rewatch it since they announced that they're doing an actual anime. Like that just sounds so cool.
Yeah, I said 2005. It might have been 2010. I think it was 2010.
You act like we ain't got Google.
Google search away, man.
Yes.
The most powerful company in the world. 2010.
Okay, it was 2010. So yeah. Very good movie. Highly recommended. But yeah, saw that they're going to make an animated series and all of the original cast is returning, and I was like, that is hype.
That's sweet.
So, so maybe this is a musical, and again, old Bree's got to get those pipes warmed up for these musical numbers.
Golden pipes.
Yep.
My name is Bree.
Oh my god.
That's awesome.
That is awesome.
I hope we trend for that. Then, I guess one other thing about the trailer, too, is that we see a little bit of, is it Zawe? How do you say her name? Zwe? The villain.
Sounds
the girl playing the villain.
Oh, yeah. Let's go with Zawe.
Zawe Ashton.
We apologize greatly if that is wrong.
They don't exactly know the name of her character. They're pretty sure it's some Kree villain. She
makes sense.
In the trailer has Ronan's hammer, so she's like essentially.
I'd say either was it cracked? I couldn't tell. Either way, if it's not Ronan's, it's definitely one that's like
exactly like
identical
his.
to
So
it.
essentially, she's taking over to lead the accusers, and she's going to be the villain. And then that's who they're fighting in the shot at the end when they're all three fighting her. But when you see it, though, she's got a bangle on, so that looks like Kamala's.
The second one.
I was gonna say, actually that makes sense. It's probably the second one for Kamala Khan to have, so she'll get it in this movie because she's using the bangle to fight the three of them, and like Captain Marvel or Carol Danvers, like she's wielding the hammer trying to fight her. So like in the shot, so.
Not saying. Then they had the money shot at the end where like all three of them are like coming around her. It's like,
and then Bree comes in at the
Bree.
God, awesome.
Yeah, that's officially how I just pronounce her name from now on.
Yeah,
as it should be.
Just meet her in real life one day. Just Bree.
It's very
nice.
Pleasure to meet you, Bree.
Why do you say my name like that? Like what?
Like what? I mean,
just I'm obsessed with death metal. I'm sorry.
Anybody that has the name Bree, I'm sorry. Bree. I don't know. Sorry, that was the one time.
But yeah, no. I again piggybacking on the weirdo hate. Don't get it. The movie looks really fun.
Dude.
I understand that there's
people don't like anything, dude.
Huh?
They'll find a reason to hate
it's
everything.
like
I think it's just.
I feel like it's literally just because it's a team-up movie with 3 female leads. Like
it's either
like
that,
just
either that or like legitimately just trolls just fucking hate Brie Larson so much,
or literally that.
And I really hate that because honestly I don't mind her. And
she's grown on me. I used to be kind of one of the people that I was like, damn, you come off kind of rude in public. But now I'm kind of like all about it. I'm like, you know what?
Part of me wonders if that's just because like she's my age, maybe your guys' age. She's not. I mean, like she might have just came off that way because fuck, dude, people are people. They're people too.
Oh no,
and she's super woke. A lot of people don't like that.
I was about to say, I think the only other reason that like rubbed me the wrong way is when she like promoted like NFTs or something like that, and I was like, oh, you're fucking lame. But then like the recent like round of interviews that she's done when she just started like giving people like I don't know.
So did Shaq, and now he's trying to. Now they're trying to sue him.
In there like swimwear.
But just most recently, like any
don't-
like interview I see her in, like I just kind of like chuckle and laugh. I'm just kind of like,
I think
I'm
she's
like, you know what, you're kind of funny. Like,
yeah,
I think she realized
she.
that if people don't like her, they're not going to watch her movies. I mean,
Well, and I think she realized too. Maybe she realized like, oh, I maybe am kind of condescending and rude in my interviews because like she's probably very concerned with being a unique person and being her own person and trying to like the whole I am me and my success is because of me, which is great, the great attitude. But I think that recently I've seen her in interviews, and like I said, that one on the red carpet when they were like asking her about being Captain Marvel, and she was like, I don't know, people even want me anymore. I was like,
that was the interview where I was like, I kind of like,
I had the Randy Marsh moment in the Night of Living Homeless. I'm just like, now I feel bad. like you know, like I mean, which I felt bad anyway because.
well, I think honestly part of her problems with maybe some people, I think some people just hate her, but
Yeah,
I think she
100%
kind of has
facts.
some of the same
Every actor
problems
ever,
that
yeah.
like Daisy Ridley has playing Rey. Honestly, when you boil it down to it,
Yeah.
she's just, I mean, she's literally Marvel's version of like Superman. Almost. She's just so powerful that it kind of comes off boring sometimes to some people.
Well,
And especially
yeah.
when there's like no,
playing the part, yeah. You know,
there's also
what's
like
sucks-
she just
and
kind of
what's-
like
and-
gets the powers too, and is just all powerful and stuff.
I was
Like that.
gonna
It's like
say-
when you think about it, Superman's kind of the same way. It's just he gets sent to another planet that has a yellow sun, and that's why he's so
Well,
powerful.
and he was one of the,
like that's
and
literally.
he was one of the big first ones. You know, he's one of
Well, he was the first.
And granted,
and
he
that's
is the
thing.
first, but
Yeah.
like,
And that's the thing with Marvel is that like, you know, she's like up until MCU and all this, and it started blowing up. I mean, she was like. Not many. You were a hardcore fan if you knew who she was. Like,
yeah.
most people, you'd be like, they'd be like, who?
Shazam?
Yeah, yeah, possibly.
For a lot of people, yeah.
But yeah,
For sure.
but yeah, like that's the thing is like I think people just don't realize that. Well, that's how she's always been written. You just never knew it because she's not a big popular name for Marvel up until now.
Yeah.
And that's
I
how
also
it's
just
always
don't
been.
think Marvel Studios did themselves any favors either, just in the way they wrote her. Just like they kind of made her movie seem like it was super important before Endgame.
I just
which I think
think-
is why it
I
partially
just-
made a lot of money.
I
it
think that
did.
they- yeah.
And then the way she shows up in Endgame.
Right, she's just.
But that's not on her.
Are you talking about the symbolism to the apocalypse?
Hey, give Brie Larson her Ahmed Best moment.
Dude, this movie could be it. It seems
know,
like KP alluded to, it kind of allows. It seemed like they kind of were allowing her to be more herself in a way, and a little
Yeah.
bit more human, and not so.
Rigid.
Yeah, like
Well, like so, like
it seems
'cause
like they're
it's
allowing her
weird,
to have
'cause
a little bit more fun.
Because the first movie, it's like she's very all she is just a very sarcastic personality. That's just kind of it. That's what it is, and it's funny at times. And then she's very very serious. Where this movie, it kind of seems like they kind of let the goofy personality come out. That's all. Yeah, but
I'm looking forward to this. I didn't think I was going to be saying that before this trailer dropped.
I didn't either.
I am actually.
I
Very
really
looking
didn't
for
know
this.
what to think, but then this trailer dropped, and I was like, oh, that movie actually looks like it's going to be pretty good, pretty entertaining.
Looks like a good time, so I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. But that's really all in the old worlds of Marvel.
I think Guardians is projected to make anywhere from like, what was it, like 130 to 150.
Oh,
million
that's the
opening
other
weekend.
thing is like, oh God, was it? I think Sean.
Oh, yeah, that was it.
Sean Gunn said that it's
Everybody-
Rocket's swan song.
That's not what he said, though.
Well, it's not what he said.
That's
but
what
people are
everybody's
like-
taking it as.
People
though.
are like, that means it's a swan song, and it's like.
Sean Gunn, I think, came. Yeah, and was it with Empire or something? Was basically just said that like I'm getting, pretty old to play Rocket. It's getting harder to play Rocket. So like this is my swan song of playing Rocket. So everybody's taking that as confirmed Rocket's dying.
It's like no,
But it's like, no,
they're
he
just
did-
gonna have a different actor.
I'm about to say, they're
motion
probably-
capture.
Hey, Andy
Just
Serkis.
feed a new one. Just,
But that's what I took it as, was just he was going to be done playing the character because obviously he's probably going to be busy over at DC, G.I. Robot, and Weasel. But I mean, obviously Rocket's still on the table to potentially die, especially with who the villain is within this movie, I still would put my money on Drax, but
I would say it's going to be Drax.
I'd say that's where my money would be on.
Same.
At least Drax. But
Yeah.
I think Rocket may live on. They'll just probably get somebody else to play him.
I would imagine, yeah.
Loses his voice, loses his humanity.
No, we need Bradley.
No, you
forever.
need the Bradley.
We need Bradley forever.
turns
If
into-
Bradley leaves, kill him. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Just turn him into a
I can't have anyone else.
Turn him
Don't
into a
you? Don't you
ass
try to
rocket.
even? Don't you even think?
You know what? Get Bradley out there. Make him do the motion capture and the voice.
Yeah,
Make him
yeah.
earn his money.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Is this breaking news?
What
Oh,
is this?
oh.
Do we have breaking news?
Oh my.
Via the direct MCU Blade reboot gets filming update amid delay concerns report.
All right. What do we got here, KP? Get a little title screen.
That's all I think of.
God.
And welcome to the nightly breaking news. Today on Marvel, we'll ship it over to our lead
Hollywood.
podcaster, KP. Take it away with the breaking Marvel news.
Hollywood
You're way too damn
Reporter.
good at that.
Apparently, Hollywood Reporter recently claimed that actress Mia Goth, who plays a role in Blade, will join the film's production in June, indicating that the Marvel movie will have entered principal photography. This update lines up with insider Daniel RPK's assertion that Blade will start shooting on May 30th. Okay, so...
Okay.
And that concludes the news. Thanks for watching.
News, okay.
All right, now we
On
Back to you.